Plans to have the town of Portsmouth as a well-established second city of Dominica is well on its way as a $1.6 million road project on Harbour Lane and Broadney Street is shaping up nicely. Honourable Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth Constituency, Ian Douglas, described the plans for the completion of the project.
We had done the drainage and the sidewalk about 6 to 9 months ago. And so now that this half of the road has been surfaced, the guys are now completing the northern half of the road, that is to say from the middle section of this road on northwards towards the Catholic Church. We're very happy for the completion of that project because it lifts up the aesthetics of the town. The rehabilitation of those streets really is part of a general vision to continue developing the infrastructure of the town. Dominica, because of our topography and our geography, we have communities scattered throughout the length and breadth of Dominica. And so Portsmouth really becomes the commercial hub of the north and the northwest, and to a certain extent the northeast come down to Portsmouth on a daily basis to access services, from medical services to schools to commercial services, meaning shopping, to access hardware from the hardware suppliers down here. For a range of various services, they come down to Portsmouth, the police station, the magistrate's court. So you really need Portsmouth to be upgraded to the level of a city. There's a vision to continue this road, this Broadney Street, onto Indian River by extending the road southwards, and probably when you get to the Indian River, going west along the Indian River banks back onto the Indian River Bridge, so that persons who want to access, say, Bourne, Dodan, Wesley, up east, do not necessarily have to come into the heart of the town to go up to those places. They can use that almost like a sort of a bypass, and persons exiting the town don't have to go back onto Bay Street, but can go straight through, almost like you go into Glanville and then get onto Indian River and go onto Glanville and Picard.
The Portsmouth MP explained the benefits of the project to his constituents.
Another noteworthy aspect of the project is the fact that it's a local contractor doing it, a young guy by the name of Julian Hamilton. His company is named, is known as Double O Construction, and a lot of the young persons have been employed here, the young men, not only finding employment but actually learning a skill, learning the skill of carpentry, masonry, how to do drains, how to do sidewalks on the road at the same time, and we're very pleased. Throughout the life of the project, we have had on average 30 to 35 guys employed here. We're talking about, I would say, about a year and a half of employment, and the project is ongoing. So you could well understand the project has provided considerable employment. And for every one guy you have employed on the project, you have a family of maybe 3 or 4 that they support and they maintain, and who depend on them. When you're spending $1.6 million on a project, you could understand the impact, the socio-economic impact on the entire locality or location of the project to the persons who benefit directly and even indirectly, because we have a lot of shops, restaurants, bars, barber shops along the Broadney Street, western end of the street. And when there are activities at the Benjamin's Park, you have a lot of persons who come in from other communities like Jubla and Biosh and Colio to look at games here, cricket and football. Even now, we have a place on the Benjamin's Park where you can have a crusade, which is actually going on now, and nightly you have 200-300 persons who come down to participate in the crusades from other communities.
Lighting at the Benjamin's Park is also a vision of the Honourable Parliamentary Representative. Honourable Douglas revealed that the first phase of the Benjamin's Park Improvement Project is the lighting at the football field.
Thanks to the government, assisted by the Dominica National Petroleum Corporation, who provided the funding for us to be able to implement the lighting of the football field in the first phase. And so the guys, when they leave work at 4 o'clock, they do not now have to rush to get to the park by 5 to practice or to warm up. they can now warm up well beyond sunset, and it really enhances the quality of football. What I was saying is the lighting of the football field is the first phase in the ultimate lighting of the Benjamin's Park. We want to now expand that lighting onto the cricket playing area. There's also plan in the works, in the vision for the development of the park, to expand the basketball court northwards, to create 2 more courts for netball and for volleyball, and maybe on the volleyball court try to introduce lawn tennis to some of our youngsters. We've been building some football stands, and we built the first one, we've covered it. We've been able to do a second one. It's uncovered right now, almost like a bleacher, but it is our ultimate goal to be able to cover that second stand and to continue to build football stands. And also the cricketers under Mr. Nantan, Ambassador Emmanuel Nantan, have also been doing some cricket stands. And so eventually and ultimately we want to go around the park with those types of stands and bleachers.
The road project in this area of Portsmouth will be completed in 6 months. I am Lurian Graham Carter reporting for GIS News.